know that housework chores can help you to build good habits? Yeah, guys, housework chores can help you into your social life in order to learn how to prioritize and manage your time. So these are important for your working world. Welcome, new generation leaders, to this last class, House Chores. Your teacher, Mrs. Ayala. So first, let's read the objective. To name and talk about housing chores you like and dislike, and also to apply the grammar structure given. So yes, guys, we will have a lot of activities today, but first, let's review some words. We have do the laundry. Let's repeat the words with me. Look at the pictures. Do the laundry. Cook dinner. Cook the dinner. Paint the house. Paint the house. Mop the floor. Let's repeat it. Mop the floor. Rake the leaf. Rake the leaf. Cut the grass. Cut the grass. Make the bed. Make the bed. Clean the house. Clean the house. Feed the pet. Feed the pet. Do the dishes. Do the dishes. So these guys are different activities that you can develop monthly, weekly, or day by day. So I hope you could practice with me how to say it, and you could see the pictures about each one. So next, we have a previous activity, just to know, what do you know? Do you help at home? Yes? So I want you to make a list of what things do you do at home to help your family. So make a list of activities that you do at home to help in your family. Can you tell me, Sophia? What do you do at home? You wash the dishes. Okay, let's say Sophia. Let me write it down. Okay. So, Sophia, so you wash the dishes. That's good. Pedrito, tell me. Pedrito, so you cut the grass. That's good to know. Samuel, you make your bed. That's fantastic. And we are going to review something very interesting about making your bed. So pay attention, guys. Good. There are some activities, as you can mention. These type of activities are routines to keep a house clean and tidy. So let's see how to create habits and set routines. Okay, the first, number one, is to make a calendar. Okay, you have to make a calendar and prioritize tasks. Second, you have to set realistic cleaning goals. Okay, set realistic cleaning goals. Number three, give each member of the family specific task, including the little kids. Give each member of the family specific task. Number four, even your little brothers can help. And five, they can pick up their toys, etc. Now, guys, let's review some words, okay? Let's pay attention to these new words. We have household, household. Let's see. Overcome, overcome. Try to look for the words in the dictionary. Tidy, tidy. Look at the picture. Make the bed. make the bed, and pay attention to this video related to this important task, making your bed. Pay attention.
If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better.
So guys, do you see the importance of making your bed? That's the first task that we can develop during our day. And then the coming tasks can be solved. As a result, we have one task accomplished, and at the end you will see how many tasks have you done during the day. So that's the invitation to make your bed. Let's look at the other word, prioritize. Prioritize, schedule, commitment, routine, chaos. So now that you have checked these words, I invite you to pay attention to this reading. Pay attention to the reading.
Reading. Some tips to keep a house clean and tidy. The great majority of families wait until their house is in terrible chaos before beginning to clean. However, if they make an effort to schedule daily tasks that are small but effective in keeping the house clean, everything can be well organized. As long as you follow a routine that allows you to focus on one major section of your home each day, you will never feel overcome. Keeping a house in order includes commitment from the whole family. You have to set a routine to create habits in each member of your family. As organizer, you have to make a calendar with the different tasks. This calendar has to be divided and classified with those tasks that have to be done daily, weekly, and monthly. After that, give to each member a task to do. They must be responsible to accomplish it. Trying to have the house clean and tidy is a hard process, but if you put in practice some of these tips, you can be successful. Clean the kitchen after cooking. Make children pick up all their toys, clothes, etc. Put away everything after use it. Clean a room at a time. Follow the tasks scheduled. The end.
So yes, guys, these tips are going to help you to be successful during this routine that is keeping your house clean. So now, according to that reading, can you answer these questions? So the first one is, how can you help at home to keep it clean? How can you help at home to keep it clean? The second question is, when should a family clean the house? When should a family clean the house? Number 3, what steps could you take to keep the house clean? What steps could you take to clean the house clean? And number 4, what would you do if you were in charge of housekeeping? What would you do if you were in charge of housekeeping? So, this answer must be sent to your teacher. So try to keep notes, guys, or take a picture of this and send the answers to your teacher. Let's continue. Okay, guys, next we are gonna review the use of grammar. In this case, we are going to talk about present perfect. We use past tense and present tense both to relate events to the past, but they express time in different ways. As you can see here, the past tense of a verb expresses an action or condition that took place in the past. We have ate. I ate fish yesterday. So we have the past tense ate. This is a specific time in the past. So here, guys, the action did not take place today, remember, but happened yesterday. The verb form ate indicates the past tense of the regular verb to eat, So it is a completed action that is now over. In addition, the word yesterday, as you can see here, gives us a specific time for when it happened. So in present perfect, next example, I have eaten fish many times. Have is a helping verb, and eaten is a past participle of the verb to eat. So it is non-specific. It has not a completed action. So we can analyze the sentence and we can say that I have eaten fish many times. So the present perfect refers to an action begun in the past but connected to the present. It maybe has been completed or it may still be going on. So it is formed by using have together with the past participle. In this case, is eaten, right? So present perfect verbs form, they show actions or conditions begun in the past, but this can be either finished actions or actions that continue into the present. So, look at this sentence. I have started piano lesson. In this case, started is the past participle. So it is assumed that the person that is taking the lesson began in the past and continue into the present. So now, guys, I invite you to watch two our friends, Sammy and Megan. They will be talking about house chores, but using present perfect tense. Are you ready, guys? Pay attention.
Hi, Teacher Grace. So today we're going to talk about house chores using the present perfect tense. Megan is going to ask me questions about what chores I have done today.
Have you swept your floor yet?
No, I have not swept my floor yet.
Has your roommate cleared the table from her breakfast dishes?
Yes, my roommate has cleared the table.
That's so good. Have you washed your dishes yet today?
I have not yet washed my dishes yet.
Have you taken out the trash?
I have taken out the trash, yes.
Have you cleaned the bathroom this week?
I have not cleaned the bathroom this week.
Has your roommate done laundry this week?
Yes, my roommate has done laundry this week.
And do you have any tips for us to help keep a clean house?
Yes. So, for fresh air is always better for breathing and just general quality of life. So you can open windows if you can, or open doors to allow some of the fresh air in. And if you do your chores daily, just make it a habit, it'll become so much easier to keep up with everything instead of having to clean everything out like once a month or whatever you do. If you do it daily, it'll be so much easier. And you can make it fun. You can sing or you can dance while you do your chores. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
So thank you, Sammy and Maddie, for your advice. And yes, remember guys, as they mentioned, it's important breathing is important. So it is a good idea to open windows if you can and open doors to allow some of the fresh air. So also another advice that they mention is to do our chores daily. So you make it a habit and it will become more easier for you to take care about everything clean in your house. And the last advice is that you can make it fun. Yeah, you can sing, you can dance while you are doing your chores. So that will be a good idea. So in this way, you can help your parents keeping your house clean. So thank you, Sammy and Maddie. Now let's see if you can complete the conversation according to the grammar structure. Remember. So Megan asks, have you swept your floor yet? And she said, no, I haven't. So here we have a response from Sammy. Let's see what is the question. The response is, yes, my roommate has cleared the table. So what do you think is the question? Yeah. Has your roommate, correct, clear the table, correct. Look at this, the second. Have you washed your dishes yet today? Have you washed your dishes yet today? What is the answer? I have not. I have not washed my dishes yet. Excellent, guys. Good. Thank you. So, guys, now you have to complete this calendar, okay? That's a challenge with the household chores of your home. So, you have to select which activities are you going to develop daily with, for example, make your bed is one. Weekly, it can be clean the room, it's okay. Monthly, clean the window. So try to take notes about this activity and develop it, okay? How to fill this calendar according to the daily, weekly, or monthly needs. Let's see, this is another calendar, but in this chart, you have to follow, it's like a project. You have to write the household chores done for each member of the family. Okay, you have to write sentences with like or dislike at the end. So your mom what type of activities does your mom develop? Your dad, some children at home, boys and girls. And also you can list which of those activities they like and dislike. Now, leaders, I know that many of you have had to study from home for the entire duration of this pandemic, and education did not stop. Thanks to a Ministry of Education initiative which launched the Conéctate con la Estrella program. The courses were taught in 3 different ways: online, radio, and broadcasting. It means television. As Meduca's teacher, I was invited to become part of this fantastic program voluntarily, preparing the content and performing the television lessons. Last year with 1st and 11th graders, and this year I had the honor to be your teacher, 10th graders. So to enrich my lessons, one of my initiatives was to request for help, and I received the involvement of fantastic people who collaborated voluntarily from abroad. My thanks go to Dr. Robert Connor of Tulane University in New Orleans, who I had the privilege of meeting in 2017 when I stayed at Tulane for 2 months, taking a professional development training sent out by the Panama Bilingues program. And my gratefulness to the Vice Principal Maria Zamudio of Mexico, whom I had the privilege of hosting all through the World Youth Day 2019, celebrated in our country. So she allows me the connection with the English language coordinator from Instituto Plancarte Morelia, Professor Jessica Guzman, who has also collaborated with her staff and students during all this time. So I have invited those people today who were behind the series of videos that you have watched in different classes, intending to know more about them. So welcome. We are glad to have you here today. Professor Jessica, can you tell us something about yourself?
Okay, well, hello, my name is Jessica Guzman. I am coordinator of the English department of Plancarte Morelia School, and it has been a pleasure to collaborate with my team in this adventure.
Hi, I'm Robert Connor, the Director of English for Academic and Professional Purposes at Tulane University in New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States. I've been in that position for about 10 years. I had the pleasure of working with the Panama Bilingue program and a number of different cohorts as they come over, and I'm glad to visit to Panama to see the wonderful work that program has done and that Meduca has done in reaching a number of students around. I guess if I was going to pick one thing to say about myself, I would say that I'm primarily been interested in online learning and online virtual exchanges for the past few years, and it's been an interesting time to be involved in it. So thank you for letting us participate in this collaboration, and I'm looking forward to more.
Thank you. You are someone who makes a difference every day. I'm so grateful. So how do you think the pandemic crisis has impacted people's emotion and lifestyles in your country? Professor Jessica?
Well, faced with the health emergency and the social isolation and the crisis generated by COVID-19, many people have the ability to be resilient, to resist and rebuild in the face of adversity. It is essential to provide to the girls, boys, and in general, all the students and all parents too, learning opportunities and apply approaches that allow to development and for more open and be resilient education system. We say for the future, but I guess the future is now. So I don't have a message, it's just to have opportunity to learn every day and to share strategies as a teachers and in the way that we can manage this situation.
Well, the pandemic and the reaction to the pandemic has definitely changed perceptions of life in the United States and in my local context of Louisiana and New Orleans as well. I'd say part of it is a continuation of existing trends of politicization or polarization in the way that people pursue things, and perhaps existing trends in questioning where we get our knowledge from, what is our epistemological stance, our way of thinking about how knowledge is created in the world. But I also think there's been some hopeful things, and I think in the education field, this example of this program that you've done in Panama is a wonderful way of at least supplementing instruction. I know it's controversial to say that televised or online or remote learning could replace any part of the typical educational process. But as a supplement, I think we've seen its value. And on a related but slightly different note, we've seen that communities and governments can indeed invest in the technology needed for a lot of students to participate in this type of program. That said, we've also seen the limitations of this type of technology, both emotionally and I guess in our typical way of doing things. It's not something that we're familiar with. We're not sure of its effectiveness personally. It's just not as long-standing a feeling as other programs have been. So, for example, we're used to going to a classroom and we all believe that's going to be effective, but we're not so sure about this, watching videos through different mediums or interacting through technology. We're not so sure if that's going to work. But I think I'm hopeful that it has served as something that has kept students everywhere engaged, and perhaps even given them a bit more ownership and a bit more say of how their education process goes.
I totally agree with you. So what do the students who participated in this program think about the experience, Professor Jessica?
Well, this experience, since the beginning, or my students were invited, they got excited first. And it was something new and very interesting. They were always with a great disposition, and those who have already seen their participation on TV, well, was very gorgeous. It was very, very good for them. Committed their joy over having been part of this project. Yes, of course. Thank you.
Well, I know my students have been very thankful to participate in this project, as they have with all our different collaborations with the people of Panama, because it's exposed us to a new way of doing things that we can learn from and that we could perhaps implement here, or at least elements of the different programs in Panama that we could apply to our institutions here in the United States. But also it's given us a chance to practice our skills. And anytime you collaborate, whether it's across boundaries of any type, but especially international boundaries, we really have a chance to learn and to reframe our mindsets and to think about what's possible, especially in this new educational space.
Wonderful. So your words make me think about a quote from William Arthur. He said, "Do more than belong, participate. Do more than care, help. Do more than believe, practice. Do more than be fair, be kind. Do more than forgive, forget. Do more than dream, work." And that's something that you have been doing during all these years. So I have another question. What's your impression of how have science and technology be the key to education during this pandemic? Professor Jessica?
Well, yes, science and technology, of course, are using the innovation and are fundamental elements to overcome the health emergency due to COVID-19. Faced with the economic and health crisis that the pandemic has generated, it is of the utmost importance to recognize the great benefits so that technology offers us during this pandemic many strategies and challenges, of course, in order to improve our situation, in this case, the education learning.
Thank you. And what's your opinion, Dr. Connor, about science and technology as a key?
Well, I think science and technology has definitely been key to continuing our learning during this process. I guess it's controversial whether to think of it as a substitute or a supplement, but regardless, it's a part of learning that we've all been, I guess, forced to get more familiar with, and we've had the chance to either reject it and say this is not something we would like to continue in the future, or accept it and say this is something that we would love to continue in the future. But I think for most of us, we say, hey, here's a few things that we can continue, and here's a few things that we would rather avoid in our educational process in the future. So either way, we've all gained a greater literacy in science, technology, online learning, televised education, and perhaps its limits at this time, but also its benefits at this time.
Thank you. I'm deeply grateful for such a wonderful collaboration throughout this year. And I know that all your support has been very beneficial to all of our Panamanian students who have been connected and eager to watch these lessons every week. So before you leave, what message would you like to send to all of our students, considering the current pandemic crisis?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in and for working on your education. And thank you for allowing us to participate with you. It's learning a language, especially, is difficult and frustrating process. Everyone meets a plateau at some point and thinks, well, perhaps I'm not so good at language learning. Perhaps I could do better doing something else. But really what we're doing there is we're finding that we need to change our techniques. And usually our techniques involve getting a little bit more interactive, a little bit more realistic, and finding something that you enjoy, that you can interact with in their language in a way that's enjoyable for you. So that learning is not just something you do at school, but it's something that you do as a lifetime process of becoming a better you and more in touch with you, your interests, and society and the world around you. So I'd like to thank everyone for being involved in it. I'd like to thank all the people who have helped us out, and we'll hopefully keep in touch and do future projects. So thanks to all the students, and thanks for all the other organizations.
Yes, of course. I am so happy to be here with you in your program. I'm so happy saying hello from Mexico to all your students. Oh, it was a pleasure to be here and have an interview with you. I want to say thank you for everything, for your support, and I hope we can work together in another opportunity. Thank you. Goodbye.
Wonderful, wonderful. I have no words to say. Thank you for all your support during this year. Thank you, Dr. Connor and Professor Jessica from Instituto Plancarte Morelia, Dr. Connor from Tulane University. It has been an honor for me. So now, guys, let's say thank you to our coordinator, Magister Daira Creighton, who is the academic coordinator of the National Directorate of Foreign Language Teaching, for all her support during this year, and also to all the sponsors who make this lesson possible for you guys. Thank you. Remember, the quote of the day. Let's read together. None of us, including me, ever do great things, but we can do all small, but we can all do small things with great love, and together we can do something wonderful. Mother Teresa. So thank you guys for the opportunity, for this year of hard work, and let's see each other around. See you around, guys, and be working on your own success. See you. Goodbye.